Thank you. So I'm going to surround my letter x with these two numbers, and when pi cancels, it'd be -1/7, and on the other side, it's a +1/7. So my function sine, and now notice, because of -2, the graph is actually going to be flipped, right? If you graph negative in front of sine, and -2 will give you a little bit of different amplitude. In other words, function sine, which is here, has to be starting at -1/7 and ending at +1/7. So probably 0 will be right in between, right? So we got this axis going somehow like that. So it was shifted a little bit. So now we're gonna need to put the amplitude of 2. So it goes from -2 to +2. Again, my goal will be to work with a sine function here, and then later I will hang these pieces of function cosecant. So now this is supposed to be number 6. It's not b, it's 6, because in this particular case, last digit was 6. So I need to bring this upwards, this whole structure, 6 units. So going up 6 units will be bringing me to the level of 4. Okay, so let me put this wiggle once again. And now the y-axis is still going to be kind of passing through the center, but this is now 4. So what's the upper one? Well, looks like since I had started at 2 and added 6, then it'd be 8. Okay, so that's a good start here. My x-axis is down below. And now I will be giving it these asymptotes, right? So they're vertical asymptotes. And then finally get a graph of function called cosecant, which is starting here and goes up, and then starting there and goes down. So the midterm exam, I have pretty much same structure, but a little bit different something in it. So exercise will resemble what I just did very closely. And of course, if you recall how they graph it, usually you have time, so you can put a little bit more of it, and you can hang some more of these pieces of cosecant. I'm not going to really require to do this, but just for everyone to realize that it's expanded to the right and to the left infinitely. And that's how I get the graph of this blue equation. So that number added at the end is the last thing I worry about. I just need to always start out with the argument and put it in between of 0 and 2 pi, and that's standard start. And then we proceed with the process. So this kind of exercise is one problem, and I hope you, in fact, I saw some people actually worked it out, and I was very happy. If not, it's fine, you can practice. I always advise to redo the same problems that are done in class. So whatever your last digit of student ID is, you can do with it, and that'd be great practice. During the exam, which is going to be next Tuesday at 2 o'clock, I will be on Zoom. So if you need any of my clarifications or anything related to it, please log into the Zoom. I'll do my best to help you. I think that'd be always a good idea, but you don't have to. So if you receive my email with this test, I will send it in the morning. So whenever you receive it, you can start working on it. And after you're done, just email me all your work. So I will be asking you to show all your work for credit. Yeah, I know that someone can just put this in a calculator, but I really want to see what you have done for the exercise, because definitely we need to have these numbers such as see, I need to put it here, -1/7, which is where here someplace, right? And a +1/7, where are they? Looks like I have to be a little bit careful. It's where it used to touch the axis, so that'd be someplace here, right? I think -1/7 here, and +1/7. So that's where the other asymptote is, which is here, 1/7. So this 1/7, they definitely something that we utilizing, right? And then -2 and 6, actually it'd be +4 and 8 after you added that number 6 to the whole thing. So I guess if you can resemble this work or something similar to it, it'd be just perfect. So this is first exercise for the test. What be the second one? Well, the second one will come from last sections that we were just considering. I think that'd be the closest to what we have been doing in section 7.1. So something from exercises that we already had here. So I can try one, for example, like a problem with make it bigger. It's hard to see. See, it somehow takes a little time. Maybe my textbook again got corrupted, so it takes a little time for it to move. So maybe something like exercise, let's say number 40, I think would be the good question, or something similar to it. Because exercises like that, maybe I'll do a couple. One with getting the answer right away, like in exercise 40, we have arc sine of a sine of angle -3π/7. So I guess the key idea here is to realize that since this -3π/7 is in the range, actually, something like that, right? So it's in the range of function arc sine, because the range is in between -π/2 and +π/2. You say, so how come it's in the range? Well, compare 3π/7 with π/2. Which one is bigger? Notice that if you take 3.5 π/7, then it'd be kind of canceled and giving you π/2, right? So this one is a little bit smaller. Smaller means closer to 0. So it is in the range, and that's why the answer is right away is -3π/7. If it be out of range, then you should be a little bit more careful. So out of range will be exercise 41. If you take arc sine of sine Now notice that its argument is 9 pi over 8. So if you compare it with 8 pi over 8, actually, it has to be with pi over 2, right, comparison. So 9 pi over 8 is like more than a pi out of range. See, it's more than pi over 2 because 8 pi over 8 is already pi. But 9 pi over 8 is even bigger. So then what kind of angle should I select? Well, the angle has to be in between minus pi over 2 and plus pi over 2. That's the point. So in order to find this angle, I need to make a picture of the one that they gave me. And the one that they gave me deals with a pi and a little extra. And that little extra, it's called pi over 8. Right? And my value always must be on the right side of that unit circle. So the corresponding point to it on the right side to this value of sine, because notice that we're dealing with sine, so that's here, y coordinate, right, of 9 pi over 8. So y coordinate is here. So I just need to go with the angle produced here. And this angle will be going by pi over 8, but with a minus sign or clockwise. So it is minus pi over 8. Just like that. So sometimes you get exactly the same thing, but sometimes you get the opposite on the other side of a circle, which is actually determines your range. That's the key idea. And again, I'm dealing with this right side of the circle because that's function arc sine. So it has to be in between of minus pi over 2 and plus pi over 2. So I would say that's a good idea to look at this exercises closer. Again, I don't plan to give you anything very tricky and some nastiest exercise that you can possibly find. It should be fair, should be something that is standard, nothing that I want to create out of some word problem exercises. So one should not really get into some feeling that will be something untakeable. These are pretty standard exercises, and same with the first one. So I would say if you don't feel comfortable, do more. It's a homework also, right? So this section is for homework. So just do more from section 7.1. So that's one exercise. And also do more from the last section of chapter before, right? So this be 6.6, I guess, 6.5. So I would say these are key sections for it. 6, 5, 6, 6. And I'm sure that's gonna definitely benefit you because in these sections we have those graphing exercises. I will give you cosecant, so I'll give you same thing. I'm not gonna create something else, so it's just doesn't move much for some reason. Maybe I should reload this textbook, but let me just almost there, I guess. It takes a little time. I just need to be patient. So also homework is due next week. If you need more time, I can give you more time, but to try to catch up over weekend. Remember, I gave you link to all lecture recording on the YouTube little channel to actually give you a link to the folder for your convenience. And that's, I guess, what you can utilize for your homework. Just do the same thing. So in this section 6.6, maybe I can clean this because that's our messages on the way. So what's the homework? Problems from sections that covered in class. I said a couple of problems from each section is fine. Couple means two. Some people ask me, somebody asked, I don't remember in what class. Alex, is couple one? Does that mean one? It's a two problems. You can do two problems. So section 6.6, section 6.5, those are ones to concentrate on before the midterm. And you can do the same exact exercises that we did in class. So I could just give you this link for the lecture recordings. I was emailing them to you, but I know some of them disappeared. So anyways, homework is chapter 6 and section 7.1. So what's homework? So chapter 6 means section 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, ... up to 6.6. So that's what chapter 6 means. So that's all sections in chapter number 6. And then one section from chapter 7, 7.1. So recordings for these lectures on the YouTube, I've been downloading them. So let me get there. So I want to go to this channel because it has lots of other stuff. That's why I go to the playlists. And in the playlists, it's called Trigonometry. I actually already emailed you that, and you just need to check your emails. And also, right now, I'm going to give you the link to this lecture. This first lecture takes a little time to start. For some reason, it's a little bit, see, it goes for a little time. I don't know why, but if you scroll a little bit to the right, you will see it. It's just so in that lecture I talked a lot about how to get a free stuff, such as a free textbook. Free textbook I gave you, free notepad, so in college, and how to apply for all that. So that's what this first section is talking about. But anyways, let me give you a link to all of that again in the chat. So with the first lecture, you need to be a little bit patient. I know that's a little bit longer, taking a little longer to open. But you can see that I did a number of exercises in that first lecture, as well as in every lecture. So you can select a couple. Like, so for example, you can do problem 34. You see how it worked out, and you could just do this. I turn off the sound so you can put the sound on. This way you will, I hope, understand it better. And so they all recorded here. They all recorded in this. So there's second lecture, there's a third lecture, so it's all there. And only last 2 lectures I didn't put on YouTube as of yet, and this be today's one and the one that we had on Tuesday. So these last 2 lectures are in your student emails. So just check student email, and recordings are there. Just click on them. So, but the older ones, for your convenience, I put on this YouTube channel, so it's all there. So any other questions? Again, next Tuesday will be midterm. So I'm going to email it to everyone. And it'd be exact same format as in the midterm practice. So next Tuesday. I make homework to be due on that day. I think it'd be good if you finished up with section 7.1 as well, because there would be a problem from 7.1. Well, if not, if you need more time to finish with your homework, you can take more time. That's fine with me. Just send it to me when you're done. And again, how to send it, make pictures and attach those pictures to the email. Please don't upload anything on Canvas, because from Canvas, I have to download it to my computer. And when I download, very often these files get corrupted. So all you need is to make sure that you email me to my school email this homework. So midterm is not homework. Homework is homework. Homework is doing problems from sections 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, 6.5, 6.6, 7.1. The midterm is going to be 2 exercises exam. The exam that will have 1 problem, and then there'll be another problem. And today I talked pretty much all class meeting about this. And if you just logged in, you can check your email. I will send it to you in a few minutes after class end, and you will see exactly what the midterm is. It's going to be called midterm, not practice, but the midterm. It will consist of 2 exercises, and it will be emailed to you exactly the same way I emailed you the midterm practice. I will send it on Tuesday morning to your student email. So midterm is separate, homework is separate. Please send me midterm separate. So you can say just midterm and send it to me. Homework, so I don't mix it with your homework, because sometimes it's just very hard to figure out what is what. Some people say, oh, here's that little page where I did my midterm. I just forgot to write midterm. Well, just send me midterm in a separate email. Yes, email. So you can use my email, which is the one that I sent you all of the, I guess, everything I sent you from exactly the same email. And here's the email address. So you don't use Canvas. Please don't upload anything to the Canvas. Canvas loses things. So it's at AVC. So that's the email, the only email that I'm using. And for example, this particular midterm practice, I sent you out of this same email address. So you can see this email of mine right here. You don't have to memorize it. I sent you everything from that email. So that's, I guess, what it is. And what else is here? Here's the YouTube channel that I just shown to you. So it's also in your email. So actually everything is in your emails. All you have to do is just go search, not send, but inbox, because send, I use send because I sent to you. So you need to search your inbox and just put 135. And that way you will get all emails from me, and maybe if there was some extra, somebody else sent you something, but you will easily find this way everything that you need. You can try it now. In fact, if you deleted things somehow, well, you can go to delete it. You can go to find what you deleted, because it still stays there for, I think, at least a month. So it's not really lost. So you can always check your deleted. Or if you can't find it, well, ask me, send me email, I will send you back whatever you need. So just let me know. Because I'm there, I'm always checking my emails. What else? Guess I'm gonna stop recording.